Alrighty, fanboys and fangirls, today's episode we're going to talk a lot about MobileX. This video is not really a factual video as there is still little detail on MobileX, but I'm going to explain to you if this is really hype or is this actually something you should keep your eye on, because it looks like the momentum is starting to grow and I think it's time we take a look at MobileX. Also on today's episode, the Apple iPhone 13 rumors are starting and it looks like we've got a matte black configuration coming, and lastly, the AirTags price might have been revealed, and I'll explain all that on today's episode. So that's what you're in for. Buckle your seatbelt, boys and girls, because the episode's about to start, so let's get it going. YouTube, what's poppin'? Michael here, welcome back to Technoid. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're all staying safe. Now today, guys, there's only 3 episodes. Spring break is upon us, so I don't expect a lot of people to be watching, but if you watch the video during spring break, I appreciate you guys. I am going to be away for a couple of days, but I will be back very soon, so you have nothing to worry about. I will see you all soon, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoy my videos and watch them on replay. All that out of the way, let's get it going. Story number 1, it is time to talk about MobileX. Now listen guys, this one is not an easy story for me to cover because normally when I cover a story, I cover them in detail, I get a lot of evidence, and I really try to give you guys as much information about a story as I can. And here's the thing, MobileX, I haven't been able to find a lot of information. There is no website, there is no actual construction business plan as of now. There is, however, a lot of information coming from the CEO himself, Peter Adderson, who most of you may or may not know. He was the former CEO of Boost. He, of course, did sell it out and worked mostly in Australia with the Boost Australia. Now he's working on his own cellular provider, and it is called MobileX. Now, a lot of YouTubers have been talking about MobileX on Twitter. That's really where you get a lot of the news from Peter Adderson, and Peter really goes into detail about what MobileX could be. So it's like reporting on the potential of what can or could be. But there are 2 videos that have been made that do talk about MobileX. Stetson did a live stream with Peter himself talking much about it, so I did watch that, try to grab some kind of information. And also, Sneed Mobile Tech did also make his video talking about MobileX. I encourage you to check both videos out because they do give you a sense of what you can potentially expect from MobileX. But really talking about MobileX, it's really kind of a doozy because there is a lot of things they're talking about, but then there's again not a lot to talk about. But the main idea with MobileX is that this is going to be a consumer-focused cellular data plan, basically cellular business. From Peter himself and on the Twitter page, the only thing unlimited about your service provider is the BS they tell you. The truth is out there and it's coming. That is their slogan. That is basically a projection of what MobileX is presumably going to be. From what we can expect and understand, it seems that MobileX is going to be consumer focused. The main focus, of course, is going to be focused on the users. Now, Peter did talk about the potential of it and explaining how it's going to be used. Now, there have been moments on my internet Twitter page, I don't know why I said internet, where Peter did respond to a couple of tweets from local engineers and talking about, 5G and unlimited data, things like that. And from what we can gather, from what I was able to pick up, it seems, this is speculation on my end because I'm a fan of MobileX. I'm going to say it right now. I haven't seen it, but I am a fan. It seems like this is going to be a plan or basically a service dedicated to the fans, dedicated to the users, and it's going to basically be all about you. It seems that MobileX is going to use the data that you would normally use and charge you for what you use and not what you don't use, and taking advantage of that extra stuff. Now, Peter did go on to say he would be working his magic black box, and I'm kind of a little bit confused, but again, there is very vague detail, and Peter has been releasing tiny little nitbits of MobileX, but some people have been thinking that his game plan is to segment the market to maximize the use of underutilized off-peak bandwidth, which for me kind of makes a little bit of sense because if they are going to try and make a very profitable business plan, that is one way to go around it. But again, that is just a speculation from a comment user. From what I'm able to gather as a user, as somebody who is looking at this and wanting to see the potential of it, I think MobileX is going to take aim at the carriers, and I think the best thing is that it's going to focus heavily on the consumers, and it's not going to market and BS you with unlimited data, unlimited blah blah blah, taxes and all that crap. I think it's going to be what you, the consumer, uses and what your needs and wants are, and the plan will basically work off of that. It will be made for everybody and anyone can use it. Again, this is what I am picking up from when I report these stories. Now, real quick, again, Peter Edison does give a little bit of information. He isn't disclosing a lot, but again, it does seem like this is going to be coming soon. But my only question to Peter is that, Peter, you've been focused on the Australian market for so long. That is your main focus. If this is coming to America, coming to the United States, how is this approach going to be any different from what you're doing in Australia? And what is your business logo going forward, especially in the American market? And these are questions I would love to ask him. Now, Peter, I know you're watching this. I know you're probably sitting there thinking this kid is ranting off his head. He has no idea what he's talking about. And you're probably right. I probably don't know as much as you know, which is a fact. But I would love to take the time to ask you these questions and honestly ask you. So this is my open invitation for you to come on my show if you are watching this, because I would love to pick apart your brain and kind of get an idea of what your approach is for the United States market, American market, and kind of get an idea of what you're trying to bring MobileX to. But overall, MobileX seems to be this thing, this momentum coming, and I really am excited for it. And if you are, definitely hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because I'm going to update you on MobileX. And based on what I've seen and based on what we are projecting, it looks like this is going to be a consumer-focused product, and it's going to have everything that consumers need and want, but most of all, it will deliver without breaking the bank, because as somebody who pays their own phone bills, that is something that we need in this country. Alrighty, story number 2, let's talk about AirTags. Now, AirTags is another interesting product because Apple has been wanting to make this product for a while. They've been wanting to release it. We don't know exactly when it's coming, but according to Max Winovich, it seems the prices for these things are going to be actually pretty fair. According to Max, they are going to be priced at $39, $10 more than the Samsung Galaxy tags, and I can honestly see Apple pricing it at that range. Now, anything above that would be too expensive in my humbled opinion, but $39 seems like a soft spot considering that these things will be charging wirelessly. They're about the size of a quarter, and they mostly track your products. I think that that's actually a very relatively fair price point, and I am actually really excited to see what they do with these AirTags and at the price point that they're selling them for. Will they be included with a bundle? Will we have multiple different groups of AirTags you can buy, save some money? Will there be a variety pack? I don't know, but for $39 a pop, that's actually not a bad price, and I'm definitely behind that all the way out. And the last story, let's talk about those AirPod 3s. Now, I did mention earlier there was a story I was going to talk about, but I'm actually going to scratch that, the iPhone 13 color, because I just got breaking news that the AirPods 3 key components have started production for the new refreshed AirPods, and it will officially be released late 2021. Now, again, this is the expectation date because these key components are the ones that start the train ride. But also taking a look at the components themselves, it seems that the component manufacturers in the supply chains have confirmed that it is the largest updates to the AirPod 3 rumor mill, and that once they have started this production, it will now lead into a October event or September event reveal. Now, that is actually some very good news, and I am super excited to see these new AirPods. I've been covering them in detail. I've shown images. I've shown everything you need to know, and honestly, I really am truly excited. So I do kind of hope, in a sense, that we will finally see these AirPods and people will stop thinking they're Pro variants when they're just cheaper AirPod refreshes. And that is it for today's episode of Technoid. Now, guys, again, I spent the whole episode talking about MobileX, so if you enjoyed that, if you appreciate what I brought to the table, hit the like button, share the video out with your friends. Again, guys, subscribe for more content. I will see you all on Tuesday. I am, of course, going to take a small spring break. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Enjoy your spring break. Thank you for watching, and peace!